What's up, people? It's me, Nico Z, coming to you with another video with the ZTE Z Pro. And of course, I got my plain black case on there, so it's real easy. I want to show you guys something. If you're a conspiracy theorist, or if you're thinking about, different things that are going on within the government and things of that sort. Okay, that's where I live, right there in Jacksonville. Now, let me explain to you. We have two major military installations here. We have Mayport right there. And then on the other side of the river over here is what they call it. They go over here and then you have NSA Jacksonville. Okay, let me show you here. So NSA Jacksonville is right down. Let me see where it's at. It's right here. It's right here, NSA Jacksonville. NSA Jacksonville right there. It's a naval installation. It's a huge, massive installation right there. That installation is a huge one, actually. I mean, as you can see, it's clear as day. There's lots of buildings and different programs going on there, research, and God knows what is going on in there and what kind of intelligence that they know. But there's something that I really wanted to show you guys that would probably shock most. For me, it's not a shock. Look. Now, as you can see, it wasn't that far. As you go from Jacksonville, is right here. Okay? You go straight down the road here to this little airstrip that's not even in use anymore. Why is it not in use anymore? Well, they named it North Florida Railway Museum. Okay. But this right here has massive amounts of white trucks. Okay. And look at the runways. It's right next to a rail strip also. Okay. And then you go here, and here's where the first train wreck starts. What's up with all the white vans or cars or whatever they look like? They look like little SUVs to me. All white. Look at them. Hundreds of them. Hundreds of you'll see thousands of them. Then you go down the other side of the runway. Now, this looks like something right here. The name of the airport. The name of the airport is Reynolds Airport. Why is there a car just sitting right there in the middle of the airstrip? Okay, so we go down. Why do we need this many white vans? Why? Why do we need this many white vans? Are they for electric companies? Are they for something? I could tell you one thing. This is an absolute train wreck. The government knows something that we sure don't know. Look at all those vehicles. Look at that. Runways lined up with white. It looks to me like, and you could see the spots. You could see the spots in there where it used to be parked. Cars used to be parked, or the vans used to be parked, because you could see that they were there. Now, I know you could watch other videos and see all about FEMA camps and different things of that sort. But I can tell you, with this election coming around and with WikiLeaks coming up with its thing on Clinton, things are not adding up anymore government-wise. We haven't seen anything like this since the Cold War. I mean, you can go back to Stalin, you can go back to Hitler, and you can go back to Saddam Hussein and Omar Gaddafi. You can go back to crazy dictatorships. But have you ever seen this many white vehicles? It looks like that's a car and that's a van. cars, and vans. Why? Why do you need to line them up on a runway somewhere? Why do you need to line them up on a runway somewhere? Now, they say this runway is abandoned and to make it more like fluffy, you know, because they try to fluff everything as it is. The North Florida Railway Museum is right there. And as you could see, the real cars to me look kind of like passenger cars, or they could be vehicle cars, or even human cars. Let me explain something to you. This is a nightmare. Now, this is right on our doorstep. I mean, really, if you're in Florida, North Florida, I would be very careful on what you do, what you say. Are people voting this year? Yeah, they're going to vote this year. Am I voting this year? Yeah, I'm going to vote this year. I'm telling you one thing. If you want this to be deployed, and it will, first of all, why so many? Why so many? Why so many? It just doesn't make any sense. Look at the rows of vehicles they have. Now, I remember previously, now this was a while ago, this is new, and this is in September of 2016, but these were lined up all the way here. They had them lined up over here, and I think even if you get into it, they even got something up in here. Okay, I don't know what that is. It looks like cargo storage facilities or whatever. But as you could see, you know what that means? They want ships to come in. So they might bring things in and out. You have a railway that's right in between here, as right here. Why would you need all these white vehicles? Why? Explain that. I can only think of FEMA and the government cover-ups. Now, let's squeeze out of here. Let's squeeze out of here. Now, as you can see, there's not much around. And let me tell you something. As a person that lives in North Florida, I know these areas. And these areas really don't have much. And they're very rural areas. But when you get up to here in Jacksonville, there's your biggest military installation. If you ever been to Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland, it's about that size. It's a huge base like that. They got lots of runways. And you can even see planes that they have. Let me see if I can find some planes on the base. Let me look around. Yeah, right here. Here we go. There's some planes that are on the base. They fly over our house all the time. The demonic symbol right there looks like the Pentagon, but it's not. It's actually whatever it is. It looks like a terminal, whatever. And again, they don't. Oh, they do. Yeah, they do. They have a shipping terminal right here. And then look on the other side of Jacksonville. So this is a short ride. I would say about 40-minute ride with traffic. And then you have another military base. Mayport is right there. And that's another base. And I've actually been on this base. Let me tell you, some of the officers, and I actually know one of the officers that lives on this base. They have a golf course. Some live in beautiful. Let me show you something real quick. If you really didn't know, if you first get into the military, and maybe more guys can explain this to me more, but when you first get in, you're trying to get some housing, and maybe you made a little bit of your bones. You're trying to go ahead and make it up there. They give you these crappy little houses. But if you really want to be a shot caller over there and one of your chief officers and stuff like that, they give you these houses. And these houses are beautiful. I can't believe it. It's amazing how the immaculate these houses are. Now, you see they have barricades to get in there, and then look where it's at, right on the beach. Now, this right here, okay, here's the guardhouse right here. Let me explain something. Okay, here's a guardhouse right here. There's a guardhouse right here. Okay, if you ever been to Atlantic Beach, Florida, you would know all about this. You can go walk around. You see people walking around. They're just having fun, and you see the base is not really like that big of a deal. Like there is a sign. It's around here, and there is no gaps. I don't know. Maybe they took some out or fixing them, but there is no gaps. It's literally like all complete, and it says U.S. property. Do not enter into trespassing, and it goes all the way out into the water here. Okay, but there's people that have went ahead and walked through there and walked out. Now, what I've heard from people is that you can walk around here. I don't think it's a big deal because you're not really doing anything, and especially you're in beach attire. I mean, how much of a damage could you really possibly do? But look, in this day and age, you really probably could do a lot, to tell you the truth. But anybody looks like they can infiltrate this little wall right here. There's only a gunman that stands right here, and I don't even know if there's an actual gunman. It's so dark and blacked out in here, and it's right next to a national park right here. Now, I'll give you a little example. First time I ever walked into this park, I had some alcohol with me, and I shouldn't have, but I did. I had a little bottle of beer, and a friend of mine had a bottle of beer. Literally, we walked. Now, there's an officer's house right here. We walked on this boardwalk right here to get out here. I can't believe it. But the amazing thing was, out of these bushes, a guy came out behind us. He must have been about 6'5" in a suit. A black suit. And walked behind us all the way up to the pier here. Okay, right there. And said, all clear. 5 seconds later, he disappeared in here. I have no idea what's going on with this park. But if you have a park, and here is the park right here, next to a military base, expect some crazy nonsense to go down, like underground tunnels and gunmen and whatever, frogmen, whatever. We go to this park once in a while. Now, we understand now never to bring alcohol in here, and we don't. But it is quite amazing. The first day that we went there, we're walking on this pier right here, and a guy comes out in a black suit, and he's just looked at us and then turned away and talked to his arm and said, all clear. And then that was the last time I ever seen him. Now, here are parking spots, as you can see right there, little parking spots. They're kind of in like the woods area, but there is roads all through here. There was no cars parked. There was nothing. There was no trucks, nothing. So obviously, there was a bunker inside here. There's a bunker inside here. I don't know for sure. Look, let me tell you something. I'm not going to be a conspiracy theorist, because conspiracy theorists are things that are like, well, you don't know for sure. You don't know. Let me tell you something. If you're this close to a military base, this close, this is the military base, and this is the park right here. If you're that close to a military base, believe me not, you will be watched by somebody. I'm sure they watch this area very closely. Okay. So I made this quick little tutorial. I just want you guys to see that there's a lot of stuff going on here in Jacksonville. I've talked to many people that are here in the military in Mayport, and they do a lot of work with the military and things of that sort. They're good guys, real good guys, and it's a shame what our government has turned into lately with this whole Hillary nonsense. Let me tell you something. I am not a Hillary supporter. I don't want her in the office. I don't want anything to do with her. But when you go ahead and you just scroll down here to that little airfield, and you see all these trucks. Now, I am going to be posting an update of all these trucks right there. You see them. You see them. I'm not joking. You see them. I guarantee you, after the election, and if Hillary gets in, you'll see these trucks diminish. She is terrible. I want nothing to do with that whole administration, and I don't want any part of it. Um, I want to make that very clear. As you could see again, railways. Why would you need a railway? Well, apparently this used to be an old shipping company or whatever, but the government has taken over this. Some way, somehow, somewhere, whatever. It just doesn't seem right. So something's going on. So you guys, look, keep in touch. Let me know if you have any comments, updates. If you liked the video, keep subscribing. Once again, this was a ZTE Z Max phone, and I am going to be doing another review on the phone in general. So I want you guys to know that. I want you to go ahead and subscribe, like, and comment on the video. And I will be doing other videos on this phone, and I'm going to show you exactly things I do not like at all. And one thing is the battery. The battery sucks. I just charged it up about 20 minutes ago, and that I'm already done at 92. I mean, how can that possibly be? I don't have well, I do have the brightness up there, but I usually keep the brightness all the way down to like practically like right there. That's where I keep the brightness in. I turn off everything. I turn off this. I try to conserve as much battery as possible. But see, when you go down that low, you really can't see much. So, okay, guys, stay tuned, subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks.